Imagine walking into a store with something you bought almost a decade ago, something stained, something used, something that smells like regret, and expecting a full refund. Sounds impossible, right? But this isn't just a story, it's a true story, a story that happened to me, and it made me question everything I thought I knew about people and about customer service. Stay tuned, because you won't believe what happened next. My name's Chris. For 8 long years, I was on the front lines of retail, customer service at Costco. It's a place where you learn about people deeply, what makes them tick, what makes them snap, and what makes them drag a nearly decade-old, battle-scarred memory foam mattress through a parking lot and expect a full cash refund. No, I'm not exaggerating. This actually happened, and it's a memory that still replays in my mind. If you've never worked the returns desk at Costco, picture this. You're a therapist, a detective, and a magician all in one spot. People bring you things you didn't know they sold, things they shouldn't have kept, things that probably should have been burned. Your job? Smile, nod, and make the system work. Most of the time it does, but sometimes it breaks reality. So, it's a Wednesday, middle of the week, nothing crazy. I'm halfway through my shift, sipping terrible break room coffee. The return line is normal. A guy with a blender that spits. A woman with an opened box of protein bars, 5 missing. Someone returning a watermelon because it wasn't sweet enough. Just another day. Then I see her. A woman, mid-60s, polite smile, floral shirt. She's rolling in a tarp-wrapped object the size of a small canoe. It's held together with duct tape, aggressively, like she's moving a body. It has weight, history, maybe trauma. She comes up, smiles, and says, "Hi, dear. I'd like to return this mattress." My first reaction, laughter. Polite, confused laughter. But she's not joking. I look down. It is a full-size memory foam mattress, folded, compressed, visibly defeated. It has stains, smells. It's darker in places that shouldn't be dark. I swear I heard it whisper, "Help me." I blink and ask, "Okay, do you have the receipt?" She says, "Sure," and pulls out an ancient crinkled paper. It looked laminated with time and suffering. I unfold it. July 2011. Mind you, it's 2020, that's 9 years. She says, "It just didn't hold up. It started sagging." I glance at Todd, my co-worker, silently mouthing, "9 years?" He freezes. I try to stay professional. "Our mattress return policy is typically 90 days. She says, "But when I bought it, the guy said it had a lifetime warranty." I ask, "Do you remember who helped you?" She says, "No, but he wore glasses." "So, half the male staff in 2011? I keep it respectful, but inside I'm screaming. I've seen weird returns. A guy returned a carport tent because it didn't survive the wind. Another brought back 2 used barbecue grills because he didn't like how the meat felt. But this mattress, it wasn't just used, it had a personality. I offer her store credit just to end it. She shakes her head. "I paid in cash. I'd like cash back." Of course she did. So I call my manager, Dave. He comes over, hears the story, looks at the receipt, inspects the mattress like it's a crime scene. And then he approves the return. I'm stunned. He shrugs. "We technically don't have a hard limit on mattresses," and she has the receipt. I'm like, "We're rewarding people for keeping trash for 9 years?" He just pats me on the back. "That's Costco, Chris," and walks away. So now I'm counting out $437 in cash to this woman. She thanks me kindly, folds the bills into her purse. As she walks away, I ask, "Would you like to purchase a new mattress?" She smiles. "Oh no, I already got one from another store. I just figured I'd return this one before it was too late." Ma'am, too late was 3 presidents ago. When she leaves, Todd and I stare at this mattress like it's cursed. It's oozing sadness. It smells like microwaved regret. We wrap it up again and wheel it to the back. As we toss it into the compactor, Todd says, "That mattress has seen things, man." I nod. I swear I saw it twitch. After that, I started a notebook. Hall of Fame returns, to preserve the madness. There was the guy who returned frozen fish sticks because they made his cat look at him funny. A woman returned a patio umbrella because it didn't emotionally match the vibe of her backyard. One guy brought back an empty wine bottle. It gave me a headache. My manager, Dave, overheard. "Give him the refund, Chris." A part of my soul died. But the mattress, that's the champion. What made it unforgettable? She wasn't rude or sneaky. She truly believed this return was valid, and Costco honored it because the customer is always right, sometimes defies logic. I told my wife that night. She said, "You better not be buying our next mattress from Costco." I said, "Only if we keep the receipt for 9 years." We laughed nervously. What blows my mind is this. How many people are out there sitting on decade-old items waiting to return them? How many old TVs, blenders, and mattresses are circling customer service desks like ghosts? And how many Chris's are on the front lines, scanning ancient receipts, trying to make sense of it all? It's wild, but also kind of beautiful, because under the chaos you realize these customers, however ridiculous, trust us. They believe in that return policy like a sacred promise, and maybe honoring it, even when it's illogical, builds a loyalty you can't fake. Still, I'm never forgetting that mattress. It was heavy, emotionally and physically. Every time I see someone wheeling in something bulky and wrapped, I get flashbacks. I clutch my badge. I whisper, "Not again." So yeah, if you're ever in line at Costco and things are slow, remember someone might be returning a freezer because it made their soup too cold, or a clock because it ticks too judgmentally, or a mattress older than their grandkids. And behind that counter, it might be me, just Chris, trying not to laugh, trying not to cry, and wondering if this mattress will finally break the return policy. Until then, I'll be waiting with duct tape and Febreze. So that's the story. A mattress, a moment, and a return I'll never forget. Working customer service, you see the best and worst of people, sometimes in 5 minutes, but every weird return, every wild excuse, every "you won't believe this" moment, it reminds you that people are messy, funny, stubborn, kind, and beautifully unpredictable. That woman didn't just return a mattress. She gave me a story I'll tell for life, and maybe that's what makes this job special. Not the policies or refunds, but the people and the memories we collect. Thanks for listening. If you've ever worked behind a counter or dealt with a return that made your jaw drop, you're not alone. I'm Chris, and this has been another story from the other side of the service desk. I'll see you next time. And hey, keep your receipts. You never know. Now I have to ask you, what's the wildest return you've ever witnessed or even attempted? Have you ever held on to something for years, wondering if you could still take it back? And what does it say about us, that we sometimes cling to a promise, even when logic says it's long expired? Think about it. Until next time, keep questioning and keep sharing your stories.